Hello student, welcome to our third lesson. In this lesson, we are going to look at perimeter of plane figures. So when we talk of plane figures, we are going to consider regular shapes. So we have the definition of a perimeter. Perimeter is the total length of the outline of a plane figure. When we talk of the outline, we are referring to the boundary. So perimeter is a length, and therefore it is expressed in the same units of length. So it implies that if maybe you're talking of unit of something, you either express it either in meters, kilometers, centimeter, the units that we have used when we are expressing length. So we start with a rectangular shape. Now when we have a rectangular shape, we are going to consider the figure that we have here. This is a rectangle that has 7 centimeter as the length and 4 centimeter as the breadth. So for us to get the perimeter, we have seen that the perimeter is the length of the outline. So we start from one corner, we move like that until we get to the same point. So it means that we add 7, we add 4, we add 7 again, and we add 4. So the perimeter will be 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4. And this, if you look at the 7 plus 4, they are appearing. So it is the same as writing 2 either multiplied by into bracket 7 plus 4. And by so doing, you will get 7 plus 4, then multiplied by 2, you get that it is 22 centimeters. So the perimeter of this figure is 22 centimeters. So from this example, we can come up with the general formula of getting the perimeter of the circle, of the rectangle. So 7 is our length, 4 is our breadth, and then we are multiplying by 2. So in general, we can say that if a rectangle has a length of L and a breadth B, then the perimeter will be twice length plus breadth. So that way, you just need to look at what is the breadth, what is the length, then you add and then you multiply by 2. Then the second one, we have a square shape. We can consider a diagram that has a square or a figure that is a square having 4 centimeters as the length. Now for us, we've said that it is the sum of the boundaries or the outline. So if you start from this corner, you add 4, then 4, then 4, and then 4. So it will be 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 4 centimeters. So you see that we are adding 4 times. So it will be the same as multiplying 4 by 4 times. So you get 16 centimeters. Therefore, in general, if a square has a length L, then the perimeter will be L, that is our length, times 4, and then you have to include the units. From there, we can move to the triangular shape, and we are going to consider our triangle here. For us now to get this, again, you need to add all the sides. You add the 3 sides. So the perimeter will be A plus B plus C units, where A, B, and C are the lengths of the 3 sides of a triangle as shown in this diagram. So we can move to example. Find the perimeter of the following figures. We have this as our first triangle. We've seen that for us to get the perimeter, you just need to add all the 3 sides. So you have 2.2, 1.8, and 3.3. And by so doing, you get that 2.2 plus 1.8 plus 3.3 is 7.3 centimeters. So we continue to another example. You have another plane figure that looks like this. So when you have this figure, you just need to start from one corner. You move, so it means that you start with 4.5, you add 3, you add 3.4, you add 2.9, you add 3.1, and finally you add 5. So you start from one point and make sure that you get back there. That is, you go back to the starting point. So our perimeter will be the sum of all these. 3.1, we are starting here, 2.9, 3.4, then 3, then 4.5, and 5. And when you add all these, you get that the perimeter is 21.9 centimeters. Then part 3, or question number 3, we have find the perimeter of row bars A, B, C, D in the figure below. The row bars has AE as 16 and ED as 12. As you can see, a row bars, if you cut it here, it will give you a right-angled triangle. So the first task is to get the value of AD. So we proceed as follows. AD or AB will be equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to DE because it is a rhombus. A rhombus has all its sides equal. So if we are able to get one side, then we can just multiply by 4. So using the Pythagoras theorem, we are considering this right-angled triangle. We are given this part and we are given this part, so we are supposed to get the hypotenuse. So using it, it will be AD squared must be equal to AE squared plus ED squared. And our AE is 16, our ED is 12. So when you square 12 squared plus 16 squared, it will be 400. So to get AD, you get the square root, which is 20 centimeter. Therefore, our perimeter will be the sum of all these sides because we've said that they are the same. So it will be 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, which will give you 80 centimeter. So the perimeter of this rhombus is 80 centimeter. Then from there, we have another example. How many fencing posts spaced 5 meters apart are required to fence a rectangular plot measuring 400 by 230 meters? Now, for you to get the number of posts, you need to get the length, you divide by 5, and then you get the breadth, you divide by 5, and because we are considering the perimeter, you're supposed to multiply by 2. So the number of posts will be the length divided by 5, then plus breadth divided by 5, then multiplied by 2. So in our case, the length is 400 divided by 5, then 230 divided by 5, this is 80 plus 46, then multiplied by 2, you get that you need 252 posts. This is the posts that are required to go around a perimeter of a rectangular plot. But if maybe you are told to get the number of posts for just covering one side, that is the length, you have the length alone, 400 meters, and you're not told about the other parts, or what you need to do is that you divide by 5. We are assuming that they are being spaced with the same, so it will be 400 divided by 5. Then because you are considering a straight line on one side, and remember you have the post at the corner, then you add 1. So it will be 400 divided by 5, then plus 1. That is if you are just considering one side. So another question. The perimeter of a rectangular plot of land is 280 meters. The width of the plot is 60 meters. What is the length of the plot? We proceed as follows. We've seen that when we are talking of rectangular shapes, you just need length time plus breadth, then you multiply by 2. But now we are given the perimeter, which is 280 meters. We are also given the width, which is our breadth, so it will be L plus 60. Then all of that you are supposed to multiply by 2. So by so doing, you have 280. When you open the bracket, it will be 2 multiplied by L, you get 2L. Then 60 times 2, you get 120. So to get the value of L, we say that you bring the like terms together. So you bring this 120 on the other side, and we always do the opposite. If you are adding, you subtract. So it will be 280 minus 120, you get 160, which is equivalent to 2L. To get L, you divide through by 2, you get that L is 80 meters. From there, we have the following figure. It is a rectangle. What is the perimeter of this rectangle? So our first task is to get the value of x. Remember, we've done algebraic expression earlier. So it implies that we first of all get the value of x. And for us to get the value of x, we consider the length because this side and this side must be equal. Therefore, we have that x plus 8, this part, must be equal to 3x minus 12. So from here, we need to bring the like terms together. And the like terms are those values with x and those without. So if you bring this 12 on this side, we say that you add both sides. So you get 8 plus 12. And then you take x on the other side, it will be subtract. That is because it was addition here. So it will be 8 plus 12, you get 20, and then you have 3x minus 1x, you get 2x. After getting this one, then you divide through by 2 to get the value of x. You get that 20 divided by 2 is equals to 2x divided by 2. So these 2 will cancel out. And now 20 divided by 2, you get that x is 10 meters. After getting 10, we can now get the length. For us to get the length, you need to get 10 plus 8. When you get 10 plus 8, you get 18 centimeters. Or you can put also x here. The value of x is 10, so it will be 3 times 10 minus 12. 3 times 10 is 30, minus 12, you get 18. So our length is 12. I mean, our length is 18. So what about our breadth? It is x plus 10, or x plus 1. So it is 10, which is our x, plus 1, which is 11. Then after that, you just need to get the perimeter, which is length plus breadth, then multiplied by 2. So it will be 18 plus 11, which gives you 29. Then you multiply by 2, you get that the perimeter of this figure is 58 centimeters. From there, we have the assignment. Again, the assignment is testing what we have just learned. So make sure that you approach it with a lot of confidence, because you can do it. Thank you, and let us meet in our next lesson.